Apparently some of the things we've been seeing Jonathan do this year. Have you been seeing that in practice since you've been here?
I mean, yeah, Jonathan, ever since we've got here together, we, going against each other, and he's, a great athlete, and so is the rest of our defensive line. They do some really amazing things.
Like Superman? Like one of your Superman?
I mean, if you want to call it that.
Speaking of athletic defensive linemen, have any of the O-linemen tried to wrestle Dow?
I don't know. Not at all. Nobody really wants that problem, I don't think.
How long do you think you could last?
I don't even want to say. I'm not going to attempt that. So.
What's been the biggest surprise for you this season so far?
I don't think there's nothing that's really been surprising. We just take one game at a time and roll with it and do the best we can. So.
How did the offensive line did against their pass rushers?
I think we did a pretty good job. We can always get better, but overall, I think we did a decent job.
Is that the biggest test you faced all season?
I know they're a good defensive front, and we're going to face more good defensive front, so we're just keep playing.
We saw a play where it was a zone read, but the read was on the three technique. What's your job in this situation when the nose guard is kind of supposed to be free?
I mean, it's just something we put in to kind of help our scheme this week or last week, and you go into your assignment and you block your assignment.
Talk about bye week. You got opportunities to go see or high school, or you got to watch your favorite NFL team. Do you have a particular thing you like to do on a bye week?
We got to get through practice first. Get better this week, and then I'm going home and see my high school team play and watch my little nephew play Pee Wee football. So.
Do you feel like you guys needed the bye week in terms of rest? Where were you guys physically?
I mean, it's nice to get a break and let your body recruit. So, it's a good time for us. But.
How much has this offense changed even since you got here?
I mean, it's basically the same thing. It's just been modified a little bit. More read options, quicker passes, things like that. But overall, it's about the same.
Because when you were in high school, they were they looked more like an NFL team. Now you guys can look like an NFL team, you can look like a Big 12 team if you want to. How versatile is this offense now?
I think it's a really good thing for us, and we can, like you said, we can do it all. So, I think it's great for us.
What's it like when you go back home to visit, especially being here for a couple of years?
I mean, it's always nice to go back and see, where I came from, and get to hang out with my family and my friends and my community back there.
Do the younger players kind of freak out when you come back?
I don't know, freak out, but high fives and stuff like that. But
how's Lester done for the last 2 weeks at right guard?
He's really stepped up his game in the last 2 weeks, and really proud of him. He keeps on pushing it, and he gets better and better every week.
How has he stepped up? You say?
He's just learning his assignments better and executing them better, things like that.
Communication got better.
Yes.
Did you see a change when in Lester when he, I don't want to say got demoted, but obviously went back to the second team? And did you see something kind of sparking him?
I mean, he went back to work. He's been working all season, and he's just trying to get better and better. And he got the opportunity to show what he could do, and I think he did a pretty good job at it.
Offensive line is a little bit different, but you got playing time pretty quickly after you got here. It seemed like what was the key for you getting on the field as early as you did?
I mean, you got to come in, ready to work, and you can't take a day off. You have to push every day to get better and better. And I know growing up, I've always had a drive to try to get on the field. I've never been the most athletic or most just athletic guy on the field. I've just always worked hard and been big and strong and really pushed myself.
Are practices really competitive?
Oh, for sure. We're going at each other's throats during practice. It's just like a game. Whenever you practice hard on the practice field and then you get into a game, it's like it kind of slows down everything.
Are you the strongest on the team?
I don't know if I'd say strongest, but
you were there in Durham.
I honestly don't know. We both have our fields of being strong, but you can't really.
During the conversation.
Yeah, you could say that.
You talked about the bye week, kind of getting rested. Is that a mental thing? Is it physical? Or is it kind of a combination?
It's definitely a combination. We get kind of get a little bit of a break and kind of rest up and get ready for next week.
How do you think you guys have performed in the red zone this year?
I think we did a pretty good job all year until last game. We had had a few problems, but we just have to keep pushing and get better at it.
What do you think was the reason for that? Do you think just the fronts that they were putting?
I don't know. We just didn't get the job done. We didn't execute what we were assigned to do, and you know, that costs us in the red zone. So, you know, we have to get better at that and, you know, get in the end zone.
Do you expect to be as much of a running team this year as you guys have become maybe in August? When you were in August, do you think you guys will be running the ball as much as you are now?
You know, just like I said earlier, you know, you gotta just whatever you're given, you have to run. You know, it's not really a run pass. You know, mindset is just what you have to do and have to get it done.
You mentioned your nephew plays football, right?
Yes.
Is he an offensive lineman too?
He plays center and middle linebacker.
How's that like working with him?
You know, it's great. He has the love and the passion for the game, just like I did when I was a kid. And you know, just to see him out there and giving his all is really, really special.
How old is he?
He's 10, about to be 11. So.
You talk about, you know, running what you're given. Do you feel like the diversity of this offense allows you to really take what the defense gives you? That there's you know, pretty much every situation they present to you, you have an answer for.
Yeah, I think so. You know, you have every play. Basically now we have 3 options. You can either hand the ball off, Jalen runs it, or you pass it out to a receiver. So you know, you literally take what the defense gives you. You know, it's really good for our offense.
Buzz, make sure you answer the questions this way. Even
Oh,
if they ask you.
sorry about
I appreciate you.
This will be the last question. What do you remember a couple of years back, your first trip to LSU, that stadium and the environment?
that. It's very loud there. You know, it's a special place to play, and it's really cool.
Is there anything in particular that's different about it?
I mean, they say like the magic and the lights there, and you know, it's a really cool place to play, and it's really loud. You know, I love going into someone else's place, and it's loud, and you can't hear your guard talk next to you, and it's fun.
Thanks, Buzz.
Yes, sir.
With Coach Saban and the rest of the secondary, just how did that meeting go?
Just watched the film. Just normal film day. Just figured out things we did wrong, things we did right, and figured it out.
How much do you expect some changes to take place in the secondary with Eddie's absence?
There'll definitely be some changes without Eddie there. I'm not really sure who's going to fill in for him, but there'll definitely be some changes, and we'll get it working this week.
How vital is it that you have the bye week now to figure that out?
I think it's pretty key that we have a bye week to get these 3 days to work on us as a team, as a secondary. So we'll get more familiar with just learning our defense and game plan just for our offense. That whoever's filling in for him will be able to feel more comfortable.
How much do you guys in the spring and in the preseason train at the different positions in the secondary so that people can jump in if something happens?
This year we did a lot of that this spring with Eddie being out in the spring. So, you know, Tony Brown was one of those guys that played a lot of different positions. Minka was one of those guys. So we have a couple different guys that have played a lot of different positions throughout the spring.
Is it easier to, because a lot of you guys are the same size, everybody's very fast. Is it easier to kind of interchange that way?
I can't really speak for them. I've mainly just stuck with corner. I haven't really played much star, so I think for guys like Minka and Tony, guys that are really smart and very athletic, it seems a little easy for them, but I think that just goes to their athleticism.
I know Cyrus made a lot of the calls during the games last year. And that was kind of Eddie's role this year. How important was he to kind of getting players in the right position, and how big a loss is that?
He's definitely key to that, playing that safety position. You know, he's got to make sure everybody's in the right spots and things like that. So he's a very key position, but I think somebody else can step in and do the job.
How much do you enjoy delivering a big hit? Looks like you always almost enjoy that as much as getting an interception, showing that physical part of your game.
Yeah, I definitely love to tackle. When I was younger, everybody always called me a track guy, so that's one of the things I like to always try to showcase, because being physical, that's really just a choice to me. So anybody can be physical, but not everybody wants to be, especially at the corner position.
What's the biggest surprise? Maybe you look back at the season so far, here in August, what would you be surprised by now?
Probably D-line. I mean, losing Jay Reed and Ashawn, you didn't really know how we were going to be on the D-line, but those guys they haven't really lost any slack. If anything, have been better. So that's been a big surprise to me.
What do you think of Jonathan Allen's Superman sack?
It was just pretty. I didn't know that happened in the game. Actually, I saw it on Twitter or whatever. He's really athletic, I guess you could say. He's got an eye for the quarterback.
How much of an added bonus is it to have the defensive line like that kind of, eliminate the coverage time for you guys?
I think it's pretty key. You turn around and look for the ball, and then you see Jonathan Allen running, breaking tackles for a touchdown. So I think it's definitely a big thing to have those type of guys up front.
What does Tony Brown bring to this defense? I was talking to Jonathan after the game. He said he's a defensive lineman who just plays defensive end.
Yeah, he's definitely really physical. It's always fun to watch him on special teams. He sometimes doesn't need to make contact, but he just loves to make it. So he's one of those guys that really just loves contact, and having him on our team, I'm just happy we don't have to go against him.
From a mental and I guess physical side of it too, how important is the bye week just to get rested, mentally and physically?
It's very, very big. We've had a pretty tough stretch so far. We got 3 days of work this week, and then we get to get some rest. But I think it's pretty key that we still get some good work in when we're here, and then relax and rest on the days we get off.
What are you going to do in those off days?
Go home. Might go by the Hoover game, but maybe just go home, see my family, and maybe I'll hang out with some friends.
What have you seen from Tony since has been allowed to play after serving the suspension? What have you seen from him in practice, and if he's given that opportunity, how do you think he's going to perform?
He's come back. Very thankful that he got the chance to come back and play. And if he gets that opportunity, I'm sure he'll make the most of it. He always has.
Back to Jonathan Allen for just a second. He's on a Heisman poll, number 5. Is he the type of player that could break the trend and be a defensive Heisman?
I know that'd be tough to do, but I definitely think he's one of the best players in the country. So if you ask me, he's definitely up there.
I'm going to ask you this. Your sister runs track at LSU, right?
Yeah, she runs track at LSU.
It's going to be a fun 2 weeks of back and forth talking?
Nah, she'll be rooting for me. Her little teammates might not like it, but I think she'll be rooting for me.
Anything else?
Thanks, Marlon.
All right, thank you.